Hey guys, it's me Junior Wow. Welcome back to another video. Thank y'all for tuning in. So welcome back to another ATS trucking vlog video. And I usually don't be doing this much ATS vlogs on this channel. And I be telling myself I need to do more ATS vlogs. As much just like how I do on my second channel, just put the ATS vlogs on my main channel as well. Just collab with the videos. But anyways, so we did a load from St. Joseph, not from from Jefferson, not from St. Joseph, from, where the heck were we? Oh right, yeah, we took a load from the last video from Colville, Washington, all the way down to Jefferson City, Missouri. So afterwards, I started to head on over to the TA in Stafford, Missouri, which is off of Interstate 44, which we'll be going through soon. But so we did that. We took our 10-hour break from there, and then we drove all the way to St. Louis, Missouri. As of right now, that's where we are right now. And we picked up this load, and we're going to be taking it back down to California. So we're going to be heading back down to Los Angeles, which is, according to the map, it is, the next checkpoint is 899 miles. Okay, but how long is this drive going to be? It's a 78-hour drive from St. Louis to Los Angeles. So I don't know how long this drive's going to be. Okay, so there you go. So the trip, so it's going to over 1,700 miles. So it'll be taking us it will take us 1,744 miles to Los Angeles. That's where we're going to be heading to for this trip. So that's kind of like outside of like the Riverside area, where the terminal, I think that's where the terminal is, somewhere outside of Los Angeles. I could be wrong. But that's where we're going to be heading to. But I plan to stop in Santa Rosa, New Mexico to take my next 10-hour break, which is where I usually would always stop at, which is honestly one of my favorite Love's truck stops to stop at, because they got a Carlos Jr. and they also got a and Love's Coffee is known for, Love's Truck Stop is known for having the best coffee, in my opinion, better than Pilot and Flying J, and probably better than TA and Petro. I never had TA and Petro coffee before, but I would say it's way better than Pilot coffee. I like stopping at the Loves more than I do stopping at the Flying J and the Pilot's truck stops. But you guys know my main favorite stops are the TA and the Petros. So, but that being said, we're going to be heading on over, well, in just a little bit, but I'm about to do a little pre-trip first before we even start getting ready to go on the road. So yeah, so stay tuned for that, and we'll see you guys in the next clip. So peace. All right, so as you can see, we're just now out of the truck, about to do a little pre-trip right here. So it's a load of frozen foods, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a load of frozen foods. So just gotta make sure the truck is good and all in good shape. So everything around here, it looks good. It looks good. Okay, let's check the other side. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I'm honestly loving this new truck that I got. No offense, I still miss Tiger, but I feel like Tiger needs to just take a break, or just needs someone else to drive it better. Because I put Tiger through a lot of, I put my old truck Tiger through a lot of rough times driving on the roads. So I'm glad. I'm just hoping that he gets some rest. I feel like I really want to keep this truck more than other trucks, honestly. So it does feel good to still be working with Hirschbach on American Truck Simulator. And all right, I think everything else looks good. All right, let's see if hazards are good. Yep. All right, we're good. So that's the case. We can get going. Sorry that the pre-trip took so long, but yeah, I have to just gotta make sure everything's good and in order and ship shape with this truck. So always love Freightliner. Shout out to Freightliner Cascadia or the Freightliner company. They always know how to do things right. All right. Now that being said, let's get out of here.
Time to hit the road.
All right. Let's get out of here. It's 89 degrees right now, and it is a beautiful Wednesday morning. So during this past weekend, it was nothing but a good warm weather. The sad part was I had to do homework during that time, so I wasn't really able to go outside that often, other than having to just get some fresh air, because I was working on some homework assignments. But I'm obviously getting tired of doing this schoolwork and stuff, but I only got a few months left, or at least a month and a half. So if you can't see over there, that is the shipper, or the underground, one of the underground shippers in Missouri. There's like a few others like outside of Kansas City, and then there's one right by Springfield, Missouri, and one outside of Joplin, Missouri, and then there's another one in Springfield, Missouri, where the company Prime Inc. is located. That's where their headquarters are. It's located in Springfield, Missouri, while our headquarters is located in Dubuque, Iowa.
Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Now we gotta get on the Interstate 255, then take Interstate 55 north to take I-44 west.
Stay right, and then exit right. Exit right. Stay left.
Alright, people, welcome to we are in the city of St. Louis, but we're coming right towards downtown. As you can see. But we're about to get on Interstate 44.
Stay left, and then exit left. Exit left.
And this is where Interstate 44 ends. Well, not right here, but all the way over there, right towards the St. Louis Arch. That's where Interstate 44 ends. So it starts all the way down here in St. Louis, Missouri, up until Wichita Falls, Texas. Which is crazy, right? But anyways, we're now leaving St. Louis, Missouri to get onto the next city, which is, I think it's Springfield. At least that's the other huge major city on Interstate 84. Not Interstate 84, on Interstate 44. And we say farewell, St. Louis. there's US 50 that'll take you to Jefferson City. We didn't go that way though. Or did we? I can't remember. Of course, we get pulled into the way station here. Well, at least there's one thing I would be happy for is that we don't have to deal with any more way stations on the routes that we're going through until we reach like Arizona and California.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Is that Prime Ink? No, that's not Prime Ink. I thought that was Prime Ink. Now we weigh 70,592 pounds. So, what I was saying? Okay, yeah, okay, now I remember. So, I'm honestly getting excited for Friday, my Friday, March 27th, because that's when I get paid. Because I was working those extra days during my spring break a few weeks ago. So, I'm honestly getting excited for that. Because honestly, I honestly low-key need some time to be outside and just not having to be around school so much. But I still gotta keep my studies in check and make sure I get my work done as soon as possible, at least as good as possible, and just not screw anything up, because graduation is almost coming soon. So that's the main thing I gotta focus on, keep on track. Oh no, of course this happens. We got a police report ahead. Crap. Jesus. These people that can't drive for nothing. All because of you, GRT. We're now 152 miles away to Joplin, Missouri. But how far away from Springfield? I don't think it said. So the only thing that we honestly got to worry about the most is having to go through the toll roads in in Oklahoma. That's the only thing we gotta focus on just dealing with. At least I could say this though: the toll roads in Oklahoma isn't anything compared to the West Virginia Turnpike. Now, there was no reason for you to be on the left lane, driver. No reason. But this is where we stopped at after we left Jefferson City, so I could take my 10-hour reset. Well, I got fuel at the Sinclair truck stop, and then I stayed the night and parked at the TA. Anyways, guys, welcome to Springfield, Missouri, the hometown of Prime Inc., which is another trucking company. I believe it's off of here, off of US 65.
Stay left.
It's taking y'all this long just to pass Swift transportation. It really should not be taking y'all this long. Now, here's my vote. Here's my vote question for you guys.
Stay left.
Which would you work for? Swift transportation or Hirschbach? Me, after seeing a lot of people ranting about Swift transportation and the way how some people be driving with Swift, I think it would be best for me to stick with being part of Hirschbach, in my opinion.
Stay left.
Now I don't know how anyone else views Hirschbach the way I do, but I see Hirschbach as more of a good company in my opinion. But there are also some negative moments or some down moments about the company, but I really don't be having that much of a problem with it. At least, and I don't have a problem with I don't really have a problem with Hirschbach on the video game, so I don't really know how Hirschbach will be in real life.
Stay left. Stay left.
Well, everyone, welcome to Joplin, Missouri. But this, oh my goodness, this car in front of me is driving like an idiot. Driving like a damn idiot. Pardon my French. Alright, so that means the next state that we gotta go through is Oklahoma. And the first...
Stay left.
Yeah, it's the first area that we gotta go through. And it's mainly just us being on the toll roads. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oklahoma, and we're now on the Will Rogers Turnpike. And I usually would want to stop at one of the service plazas, but I just want to hurry up and try to get to New Mexico, because hopefully before like 1 o'clock or 2 in the morning. But there's the first service plaza. We gotta hurry up and move on over to the right lane as quickly as possible.
Stay right, and then exit right. Exit right. Stay right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Alright people, welcome to Tulsa, Oklahoma. So we're going to be bypassing the rush hour traffic on Interstate 44. Just take 244 until we reach back onto Interstate 44 again. I mean, this is what I usually would do if I'm heading down back to like New Mexico or Texas or whatever. So
stay right.
That's what we're doing. But you can't see over there, that is downtown Tulsa. And I believe the city is known for its oil. And it's also known for one of the survivors of the Tulsa Project or something like that. I can't remember what it was called, but it was something like that.
Stay right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Having to go through here, it makes you feel like you're back in Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, Swift refrigerated. now time for us to get back on the Interstate 44 West. Because the next toll road we gotta go through is the Turner Turnpike.
Stay right, and then exit right. Exit right.
Go figures. So we got a Will Rogers, but what about Roy Rogers? Y'all remember the restaurant Roy Rogers? Roy Rogers used to be one of my favorite chicken places to go to. Now, the only complaint about Roy Rogers is the Roy Rogers restaurant that we went to in Allentown, Pennsylvania. It was the Allentown Service Plaza off of Interstate 476, or better known as the Pennsylvania Turnpike Northeast Extension. So outside of Allentown, Pennsylvania, there's a service plaza right after you pass Interstate 78 on the southbound. And we had to deal with the other restaurants that they had in there, like I forgot the name of the pizza. There was a pizza brand company that was there. Then they had a Dunkin' Donuts, or it was just a Baskin Robbins, and then you have Roy Rogers. That chicken.
Stay right.
That chicken at the chicken at that Roy Rogers that we went to was trash, and Roy Rogers was never trash. Their food was never trash. Something I don't know what happened, but something made them become a downgraded chicken company, at least a downgraded restaurant at that service plaza.
Stay left.
So I was honestly kind of very disappointed on that Roy Rogers. But I kind of grew out of it because a few months later, when we stopped there, they had a Sbarro pizzeria, a Sbarro pizza restaurant, and I love Sbarro pizza. That pizza was actually pretty good. Well, it was pretty decent. Nope. I realized that this is where I keep on getting those speeding tickets from. Not gonna do that again. But anyways, guys, welcome to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, which is the last city that we gotta deal with, and then later on we gotta get on Interstate 40, go through the rest of Oklahoma, then we gotta go through Texas. And that's where we're gonna be driving through. It shouldn't take us a long drive.
Stay left.
It shouldn't really take us that much of a long drive to go through Texas on Interstate 40. And then after Texas, we'll be in the state of New Mexico.
Stay right, and then exit right.
Alright guys, it's now time to leave Interstate 44 once again.
Exit right.
And take Interstate 40, driving through Texas. And we're now leaving Oklahoma City. city. Oh, they got a Target here? I didn't know they had a Target here. I mean, it's not like I shop at Target anymore anyway, so it's not a big deal. Although it honestly does feel to go back to California, but then again, though, having to drive at 55 miles per hour once again, that's not going to be fun. But I am going to be prepared to put on some West Coast classics once I arrive into California, or at least when I arrive into Los Angeles. What am I saying at this point? Could see another Hirschbach truck pass by. You haven't seen a lot at all in this video, so it does feel good to see another Hirschbach truck driving. Oh no, it's raining. No. Just my darn luck. So guys, we're now having to deal with the rain in Oklahoma. Oh gosh, that lightning was sharp. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh my goodness. Whew. Oh, welcome to Texas, everyone. We're finally in Texas. Now we only got 3 more states to go through, which is New Mexico, Arizona, and then California. So we're now finally back in the West. This is trying to get a little scary right now. And for the ones that do not know, one of my biggest fears are thunderstorms. having to deal with the huge amount of thunder and lightning, it's very, to me, it's very scary. It is very scary. It low-key scares me to high heaven. And I really can't handle it like that. Especially having to deal with thunderstorms back down south. Now those southern thunderstorms down south, like Georgia or South Carolina or even Florida, especially Florida, because Florida is known for its tropical storms and whatnot, and hurricanes and humidity, because Florida is a very humid state. Very humid. I could never live in Florida having to deal with it raining so much and being so humid all the time and having to deal with those crocodiles. Yeah, I'm good. I'd rather just stay up north where I belong. And low-key, honestly, New Jersey makes being in South New Jersey, it makes me feel like I'm back down south. As I mentioned before, previous times to a few people, and along with people who watch my videos as well. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the city of Amarillo, Texas. Okay, now the weather's trying to get worse. Oh my god. I can't even, it's too foggy out here. I can barely see anything. For safety measures, it's best to have my hazards on so that I don't hit nobody and that nobody hits me. This is what I've witnessed when I was heading down to Atlanta back in 2023 with the family. We were heading down there for conclave, and we were on Interstate 71 South outside of Chillicothe, Ohio. That's how you pronounce it. And outside of there, we had to deal with a bunch of tractor trailers with their hazards on, and the rain was pretty much like this. It made us feel like we were hydroplaned for the majority of it because of how bad the weather was. But when we got to like Cincinnati, everything was clear perfect. Alright guys, so we're now about to be heading out of the state of Texas sooner or later, and we'll soon be in New Mexico. It's 11:12 p.m. Speed limit 75, and I'm going like nearly 70 right now. But anyways, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to New Mexico, the land of enchantment. And now entering the city of Tucumcari, New Mexico. Alright, like I said, we're now entering Tucumcari, New Mexico. Oh my god! Why did that just scare me? Oh my god. I cannot see nobody at this point. I can't see nothing. It's too dark out. It's pitch black outside, and I just hit a car. I just hit a freaking car. I really just hit a freaking car. Out of nowhere. In the middle of the night. I did not mean to do that. Second rest area off of Interstate 40 after we just passed the Welcome Center. Well, not just passed, after we've been past the Welcome Center.
Stay right, and then exit right.
We finally made it to Santa Rosa, New Mexico.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left. Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left.
And it's midnight. It's
Get ready to turn
12:11.
Turn right.
That looks terrible. Try this again, Kyrie. Do better. One more time. All right. Well, this is where we're going to end today's video, part 1, starting from St. Louis to Santa Rosa, New Mexico. Part 2 will be us heading out and getting back on the road to Los Angeles. So make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let's get this video to, I don't know, like 5 likes. Let's get it to 5 likes. And I'll get part 2 out as soon as possible. So, all right, that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace.